Welcome to Ultimate DIY. So today I'm going to talk about registers, HVAC air vents. Have you ever looked up at your vents and they're really dusty, dirty, they have mold growing on, the paint's peeling off, it just looks awful? Well, I fix a lot of those. And I will tell you that a lot of times the actual cleaning of those ducts is really not your issue. It's going to be that up in those ducts, you're getting air that is filtrating it. It's got air leaks. When you have hot air hitting cold air or vice versa, it builds up condensation and you end up with a lot of mold and mildew. These metal ducts, which are metal vents, which is what this is here, they're great, but they tend to rust with all that water. They rust, and I don't know if you can see it up close, but the paint starts peeling off. It'll even peel in the facings of the register as well. That also allows more mold and mildew to grow underneath that paint as it's flaking up. Plus, it just looks awful. So what I've done is I've gone to a different type of a register. Most of the homes I work in, I go to, these are plastic registers. They're solid made. You don't ever have to worry about painting these. You can clean them up really well. And the nice thing is they don't tend to hold mold and mildew like the metal does. They also, the flaking is gone. They install really quickly, make everything look nice and neat. You still need to make sure the registers are sealed. I seal from up in the attic by using expanding foam, and then I generally seal around the register with a little bit of caulk to make sure that it doesn't have any type of air leaks. Now, let's go ahead and take a look at what it's like to actually install one. I'm going to install one today, and I'll show you a close-up of how that actually works by pulling one down and installing a new one. Well, this one actually has a lot more paint flaking off of it all over. So let's see. You can do this with a screwdriver. I usually get an actual bit that'll fit those screws a lot better. It comes out easier, doesn't strip. All you do is you back it out. And if you're putting in a new vent, you don't have to worry about saving these screws. You're going to have screws that'll come in the package for new ones. So now we're going to install. Now, this particular vent has venting going different directions. Some of them will have just a solid. If you're going to measure this for a new vent, always take your register off and measure the inside directions, because most of your vents are going to be sold based on that measurement, not the outside measurement. They'll generally give you an outside measurement, but you need to be sure of what this is. And let's see, I've got my screws open. Now the venting, like I said, you want to pay attention, because if you're going to the opposite side of the room, you need to make sure you're shooting air that way, unless you want it to go towards the opposite direction like so. I'm going to shoot it this way because there's a little cubby hole in this side of the room. Let's open that, let some air through, and use my impact gun, which makes it a little easier to get this in there and just be working overhead. Now don't over tighten. You don't want to snap the plastic. You just want it nice and snug. Just like that. Now you can go back, put a little bead of caulk all the way around it. Just a very small one to help seal it. I've already sealed in the attic, like I said, so this register is done. Closed, open, or somewhere in between. We're going to have it wide open. This is master bedroom. But that's really all there is to it. That's a super simple DIY project that just about anyone can do. Even if you don't have an impact and you've got nothing but a screwdriver, you can actually take that down and put a new one up. You can order those vents on Amazon. Walmart has them as well. I believe just about everybody. Home Depot. Just look for the plastic, solid plastic HVAC air duct vents, and you can install those. If you got anything out of today's episode, be sure and hit that subscribe button, pound that like button. That really helps the channel. And then if you want to ring that little bell notification, you'll know about all of our upcoming videos that get released. But I do appreciate you watching. And if you have any comments or anything else that you'd like to see, be sure and leave a comment in the comment section. I try to get to every one of those and try to answer them. And if you have any suggestions or anything else that you might find that's really interesting on doing something like this type of a job, be sure you leave that comment as well. Thank you for watching. Hopefully we'll see you on the next episode.